Hello, Philippines! And hello, universe! I'm Tiger Portugal, mga kaibigan ng nag-iisang tagasakmal ng latest with the heart. Hello po sa inyong lahat. And happy Monday to all of you, especially those people na nag-abang po na ating special live streaming regarding the post-review live stream po natin for Miss Universe 2022. And of course, I would like to say a mega love shout out to all of you, especially those people na nasa live chat po natin. And of course, ayan, marami na bibigay ng kanilang mga opinions. Yes, maraming mga opinions ngayong gabing to. And of course, it's going to be quick, mga kaibigan, and it's going to be different because we're not going to talk about your favorite artist or artista, mga kaibigan. But of course, we're going to discuss or we're going to talk about the recently concluded Miss Universe 2022. And before anything else, I would like to say thank you so much to those people who waited. And of course, Miss Francesca A, mega love shout out to you. Mr. Opinionated, yes, I'm going to get back to your opinion. Yes, it's very interesting. And of course, Miss Ivy Aguas is in the house. Mega love shout out. Good evening and to all Noranians. And Miss Olivia, mega love shout out to my sister. Ayan, ang ating kapatid Mary Lourdes Manangkil, Maestro 21 TV, Miss Gloria Pahati, mega love shout out to all of you. So in today's video or today's live stream, guys, we're going to talk about the Miss Universe 2022, especially the preliminary competition and then the finals night. Ano nga bang nangyari? Oo. O diba? May mga pa-etchos. I remember, guys, I told you that I'm going to have my live reaction on the day of the pageant, but unfortunately, guys, I'm too busy and I'm too clouded, mga kaibigan, dahil nga naman I'm stunned with the results, mga kaibigan. Yes, na-stun po talaga ako. Na-stun po ako sa mga sa resulta because hindi ko po ina-expect or hindi po natin inaasahan kung ano po yung mga naging resulta. And of course, syempre, I would like to commend the prediction na ginawa po ng ating kaibigan na live streamer also, Madam Chrissy Etchon, because 4 months ago, she predicted that Miss USA, Arboni Gabriel, will win Miss Universe. Grabe, kinalibutan po talaga ako sa kanyang prediction. And congratulations at talaga namang nahulaan mo. Yes! O, diba? And of course, mga kaibigan, it's not going to be showbiz. It's just very quick lang ang ating live streaming ngayon. It's all about beauty pageant. Alam naman natin na Filipinos or the Philippines is actually crazy for beauty pageants, especially with the Miss Universe beauty pageant. And of course, syempre, hindi po tayo magpapahuli dyan. Dahil currently, we do have 4 Miss Universes already. It's Gloria Diaz, Margie Moran, Catriona Gray, and Pia Wurtzbach, mga kaibigan, during 2015 and 2018. And of course, syempre, we already knew that yes, we already knew that the Miss Universe Philippines is actually had their own organization led by Shamsi Supsup and of course their creative director Jonas Gaffwood. And of course, syempre sa lahat po ng mga nangyari nung Sunday talagang it's heartbreaking. And yet, syempre, heartbreaking at the same time very happy because even though Miss USA won, for USA, of course, at least we all know na half Filipina po kasi siya. O, di ba? Ayan. Sa mga hindi po nakakasubaybay po ng Miss Universe, ito po ay quick review lang po, mga kaibigan. At least makakapagbigay lang po tayo ng opinion na dapat po talaga kahapon po ay meron po tayong entry. O dapat meron tayong entry ng opinion natin. Kaso nga lang medyo na-late po tayo, no? Nakakaloka. So ngayon, mga kaibigan, we're going to talk about those girls na yung mga girls that didn't make it. Kasi marami po talaga mga front runners, mga kaibigan, na super daming mga front runners, mga kaibigan, na hindi natin nakita sa pinaka first cut, which is the top 15. And of course, syempre, ayan, sabi nga ni Miss Ivy Aguas, okay lang, lahing Pilipino pa din naman nanalo. Yun nga lang, mas maganda kung si Miss Philippines. Of course, I'm hoping and I'm praying that Miss Philippines will enter top 16 at least. But unfortunately, we're not called Mm. Kasi ganito 'yan. Siyempre, beginning a Miss Universe mga kaibigan, especially, those people na mga fanatics, we do have list already, a list of our favorites or a list of our heavy favorites, right? And then, we're going to list down the strong contenders, the strongest girls in pasarela, in swimsuit, in evening gown. We have those lists, and we're waiting for the finals night or the finals day, I mean. So ito na nga nangyari, kaloka. So meron tayong listahan, and sa aking listahan po mga kaibigan, syempre naman, nandyan po si Miss Mexico, Miss Thailand, Miss Vietnam, and Miss Indonesia for me. And Miss Philippines, of course, my sentimental favorite because I'm a Filipino. So ngayon mga kaibigan, nakita po kasi natin mga preliminary nila mga kaibigan. Iisa-isahin natin 'tong mga strong girls na 'to or strong contenders na tinatawag. They're really, really strong when it comes to their preliminary presentation. And yet, hindi po natin sila nasilayan sa top 16. Why? Oo. We're going to ano, and of course guys, if you do have opinion, kung meron po kayong opinion, you can shout out your opinion here in our live chat. So we can actually discuss or we can discuss or makapag-usap po tayo what went wrong. Because yes, that is the main question of a lot of pageant fanatics, guys. What went wrong to these girls? Because I'm rooting for Mexico, I'm rooting for Vietnam, I'm rooting especially for Thailand and Indonesia, and yet they failed to enter top 16. For, let's start with yeah, let's start with Miss yeah. Okay, let's start with Miss Indonesia. Miss Indonesia is actually strong in her pasarela. Pag sinabi kasi nating pasarela mga kaibigan, no, si Miss Indonesia is actually, masasabi po natin na isa po talaga siya sa mga top contender. And of course, Indonesian fans are very much into beauty pageant. And Indonesian fans, they really do support their candidate. Yes, they really do support their candidate. And of course, Indonesian beauty queens are very, very competitive. So what went wrong to Indonesia? Actually, during the preliminary competition, Indonesia actually vanished in the last roll call of the yes, in the last roll call for the evening gown. And of course, Miss Gloria Robles, big love shout out to you. So she vanished. Why? Some of the people backstage, they told us and they told the pageant fans that Laksmi, it's actually Miss Indonesia fainted. So hinimatay daw mga kaibigan. Yun, hinimatay daw. Pero pag-scrutinize po natin ang kanyang performance is actually in Miss Indonesia's performance from start to finish is actually flawless. She's one of the top contender when it comes to our region, which is Southeast Asian region. So isa siya sa mga ine-expect ko. Isa siya sa ine-expect ko kasi lalo na ang Indonesian fan base is actually large. Yes. Sabi nga ni Miss Ivy, ang masakit lang din kasi pumasok hanggang top 5. So ayun na nga. Let's start with Indonesia, Laksmi Suardana. Actually, she's very strong and she's very fierce and bubbly during the presentation, during the preliminary. The only thing that we don't have any idea or any idea when it comes to a Q&A or the closed door interview because we don't have access to that, right? Is that correct? We don't have access to the final score that they garner during the closed door interview. So that's why the only thing that we're seeing is actually just a tip of the iceberg. Just the national costume presentation, just the swimsuit presentation, just the evening gown. But um, if we're going to set aside the Q&A or the closed door interview because we don't have any access to that. Indonesia is actually one of the big contenders there in the Miss Universe. That's why I'm looking for my list during that day, and then um, they called Colombia lastly, and then I was shocked. I was shocked and I was stunned because I was expecting that, oh my God, Philippines didn't make it, Vietnam didn't make it, or Indonesia didn't make it. At least Thailand can make it because, you know, guys, the new owner of Miss Universe is actually a Thailander. So I was kind of hoping that Anna can penetrate the top 16, but I was shocked because later on we're going to discuss Anna, Miss Thailand. What we And of course, guys, no, talagang I was shocked and I was stunned because the owner of Miss Universe is actually Thailander, and yet their representative didn't make it. Maybe because the owner of Miss Universe, they don't have the capacity, or they don't have the authority to pick who's going to make it or who's going to win. Yeah, that's fair enough because even though Miss Anja Kapong, a Thailander billionaire, has actually owned Miss Universe, they don't have the authority to pick the winner or to pick at least the semifinalist. So that's a good sign for the new organization, right? So for me, Indonesia should be there. Should be there. Um, Talking about their fan base, one of the largest fan group or a fan base is actually Indonesians, and it's quite shocking that um, Laksmi Suardana didn't actually make it because her performance is actually quite impressive. 'Di ba? English ako English dito. Right? She's impressive, and she's very beautiful. One thing that I like about Miss Indonesia is actually her performance during the swimsuit competition, during the preliminaries. The way she handled the cape, the way she handled the stage, she owned it. Yes, that's the truth. We can't actually deny the fact that Miss Indonesia actually performed, not just only Miss Venezuela, because you know what, Latin girls or Latin ladies is actually um, they're very strong when it comes to beauty pageants. Name it: Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss International, Miss Earth, Miss Grand International, Miss Supranational. Latin girls are actually doing a great job in representing their country. But for me, one of the Miss Girls in the Miss Universe 2022 edition is actually Miss Indonesia. She should be there. And of course, mega love shout out, Candy Lapay Beats Vlog. Do you agree? Oh, iba English ang tayo dito. Do you agree that Miss Indonesia should be there for me? Because she's one of my favorite, actually, my final top pick. And of course, um, I love her swimsuit presentation. And let's go to another top contender that didn't make it at all. Actually, yeah, this is a Miss Vietnam. Miss Vietnam is actually gorgeous, guys. And like what I've said earlier, we don't have any idea what happened to the closed door interview. But if we're going to just base it with the pasarela, the face, the gowns, or the dresses that they were, actually, Vietnam Nguyen Ngoc Chau is actually one of the top contenders there. Yeah. Nakanood ba kayo? Oo. Did you watch Miss Universe, even the preliminary and to the finals? Actually, guys, Miss Vietnam is actually one of the tough cookie. So, meaning to say, she's tough and she's very fierce. One of the segments that I selected for Miss Vietnam is actually, I love her gown. This is her. This is her gown, and then the signature pose of Lotus as signature pose. Yeah. Like what I've said, we don't have any idea about what happens sa ano kanila, sa kanilang Q&A, but you know, This is gorgeous. The gown is gorgeous, guys, and very unique. So I never seen someone um, showcase a butterfly like gown in the Miss Universe stage. This is a very unique gown, and I think her makeup, her pose, her catwalk, her pasarela is actually on point and perfect. So I don't know what happened to Miss Vietnam. Why is that she's not included to the top 16? But if and only if um, she had a strong Q&A performance, maybe there's no question about it. She's going to enter the top 16 or the semifinals. But for me, one of the Miss Universe 2020 wasted beauty. Yeah, we called it wasted beauty because they wasted this kind of beauty. Believe it or not, Vietnam is actually before Vietnam is not a contending country. They're not into Miss Universe until early 2010s. Vietnam is actually emerging into one of the powerhouse here in Southeast Asia. Do you agree? Oh, no one is agreeing. Oh. No one is agreeing and no one is commenting. Just comment your thoughts about it, guys. No? We can, yes, we're speaking English before because we do have foreign visitors right now and foreign viewers. But you can ask in Tagalog. You can ask question or you can express your thoughts in our vernacular natin, yung Tagalog, guys, no? So we can actually, kayo naman nahiya naman at kayo agad sa akin. 'Di ba? Nakakaloka kayo. So, for me, Vietnam and then Indonesia is out. But I do love them and I'm rooting for them. During the pre-arrival, I know that Miss Vietnam is going to be a big threat to the other girls, especially those Latina girls. Because you know what, guys, Latina girls are too strong for me. Yeah, too strong. Their pasarela. Latina girls are like prototypes of the other Miss Universes. Yeah, especially during the 90s and early 2000. Latina girls are actually performing very, very well, and they're winning. They're winning back to back, 'di ba? Nakakaloka. They're winning back to back. They're winning left and right. So for me, Vietnam is actually should be there for me in my own opinion. Especially my favorite part is actually her evening gown, and then the execution of her pasarela during the evening gown segment. So and number three, we're going to talk about this girl. No, 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 no. This girl. Yeah, we're going to talk about this girl. Visit Mexico, guys. We're going to talk about Mexico. Actually, during the pre-arrival Mexico, Irma Miranda is actually very strong, especially when it comes to her social media presence. And of course, no, knowing knowing the Mexican fans are very, very supportive to their candidate. It's like Filipino versus ano. It's like during the 2010s, right, guys, no? During the time of Binustra or during the time of Jimena Navarrete, during 2010, the one Mexico won. Actually, it's like Mexico versus Philippines, like boxing. Yeah, it's like boxing. Yeah, it's like boxing. It's like the clash of the titans when it comes to fan base because the Mexican are actually into a Miss Universe also, and Mexicans are also into beauty pageants. They love beauty pageants. They love celebrating their representative. That's why one of the most celebrated candidate is actually Miss Mexico, especially during the pre-arrival. Pre-arrival Mexico is actually on the front. She's a front runner. And she's a really, really gorgeous and very, very beautiful. Yeah. And of course, Miss Marlene Lopez, Miss Portugal, I'm late. Why are you spoken in dollar now? Because we do have viewers from all around the world. We have a foreign visitors right now that still watching in our post review for Miss Universe 2022. But you can you can type or you can comment down um, yung mga thoughts nyo about the Miss Universe, kahit vernacular, kahit magtagalog po kayo. And then I'm going to answer that in English so everyone can understand what I'm talking about. So we can actually exchange thoughts because this is something that this is actually big. This is actually a big change when it regards to a beauty pageant, especially in Miss Universe. Because in beauty pageants we do have like sash factor. Yeah, I'm carrying the sash of Philippines. I'm carrying the sash of Thailand. Those powerhouses, beauty pageant powerhouses, is actually they do have or they earn a sash factor already. Like Venezuela, like USA, di ba? And Miss Efegenia Ledesma, mega love shout out. So this is so for me, I'm kind of expecting that Mexico will go through or will enter the first cut, which is the top 16, because performance wise, overall, Mexico give justice to her lovely evening gown, lovely evening gown, and she's like she's like ready. At least 10 years ready before the competition. Mexico is actually really, really gorgeous. That's why I'm pretty shocked that Mexico did not make it. Yeah, did not make it. Actually, during the commercial break, actually, fans from Southeast Asia, some of them are booing, some of them are chanting Mexico, and some of them were chanting Philippines and Thailand. But unfortunately, they didn't actually make it. Hindi sila nakapasok, in short. And Miss May Mulataw, mega love shoutout. Hello po kay Lucky Salisi channel. That's why I'm stunned that I'm rooting for Mexico also because I do have my sentimental favorites in a Latin American group. I love Venezuela. I love República Dominicana and of course Mexico. And I'm quite shocked that Mexico did not go through. Like what I've said, we don't have any luxury of knowing what happened to the closed door interview, but at least we do have a clear picture that this organization is not just looking for a great body. This Miss Universe organization is not just looking for looking for a gorgeous girl or someone who can wear gorgeous dresses. Maybe this new organization is not looking for someone who can carry different type of luxury brands, shoes, and whatever. But I think what happened here is like they focus this new organization of Miss Universe focus solely on the advocacy of the person of the contestant or the girls, the advocacy, their communication skills as well, maybe. So iba na. It changed since before during the IMG times and Trump times, guys. The competition is actually bared with sash factor already. Before the preliminary competition will begin, there is a sash factor. Once you wear once you wear Venezuela across your chest, once you wear USA across your chest, it guarantees you to enter top 15. Ayan. And of course, Miss Gloria Pahati shared, um, kita ko sa some interview sa YouTube para may kulang. Yung bang mayabang ang dating, dapat bilib ka sa sarili mo. And Miss Sally Thompson, mega love shout out to you. And Miss Milagros Moncal. So guys, yeah. Some of the interviews actually, they're wondering whether this new organization wants a different type of girl. Actually, because Mexico, Irma Miranda should be there in the top 16 if and only if Miss Universe still under IMG, because it's a prototype of a strong Latin contender. That's why I'm pretty shocked. Miss Mexico Irma Miranda is not there. She's not included. 'Di ba? Nagulat ako. Pero, and of course, let's talk about yeah, we already discussed Miss Indonesia should be there. Miss Vietnam should be there, of course, and Miss Mexico should be there. And of course, let's talk about yeah, let's talk about Miss Philippines Celeste Cortesi. As you all know, as a Filipino guys, we wanted our representative or our delegate to be there or to make it until the end of the show. So what happened to Celeste Cortesi, ladies and gentlemen? Actually, if ever that we're going to talk about her performance, actually, it's okay and it's great. It's flawless. She's like gliding. She's gliding during the swimsuit competition. And of course, I love the cape because it represents the children of Marawi. And of course, her evening gown performance is actually quite intriguing. Yeah, she's quite intriguing. Why? Because most of the people doesn't want the gown itself. But for me, she carried the gown. She carried the gown very well, not the other way around. Not the gown carrying the candidate. And of course, yeah, I'm talking about earlier. We're talking about my psychic friend who predicted Miss USA will win. Yes, that is Madam Prissy Etchon. She predicted Miss USA will win Miss Universe 4 months ago. Congratulations to your prediction. It's very accurate. And of course, Teresa Coronel, shout out to you. And of course, Miss Boss Jesusimo Morales from Sabah, Malaysia. Of course. Hello to every one of you. Okay, guys, I'm speaking in English because there's a lot of viewers here are currently watching from the different parts of the world, and of course, you can post your comments there in vernacular in Tagalog if you want, and then I'm going to answer all of that in English. So, in Celeste Cortez's case, guys, she carried it very well, but unfortunately, maybe some of the judges is actually looking for something different or may kakaiba siyang gagawin or something different that she might do. But unfortunately, she just glided through the preliminary competition and it's very great. There's no doubt about it that I'm kind of expecting that Miss Philippines should be on the top 16. She's very beautiful and very eloquent. And of course, when it regards to communication skills, the way she answers interviews, the way she answers questions, no doubt about it that she can really deliver what is to be delivered. And I'm very confident that Celeste Cortez is actually a good speaker. But like what I've said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, that we don't have the luxury of knowing what happened to the closed door interview. That's why we're just talking about the swimsuit and then the gowns. But unfortunately, guys, no, there's controversy regarding Celeste Cortez's gowns. Some of the pageant fans doesn't like the gown. Some of them, it's like so-so about the gown, and some of them is actually expressing dismay about the gowns, and some of them are actually suggesting different gown for her. And some of the pageant fans from the Philippines is actually um, telling the Miss Universe Philippines organization that they should straight things up and change everything during the finals. During the finals of the Miss Universe 2022. But unfortunately, Celeste Cortez or Miss Philippines did not actually make it to the top 16. So we don't know what happened. Uh, maybe the judges is actually eyeing for something different this year. But like what I've said, but if Celeste Cortesi compete during the 2021 or 2020s or 2090s, maybe she can enter top 16 because it's IMG era. Now, this is a different Miss Universe organization. Since it's going to be a different organization, they're looking for a girl or a lady with different aura, different advocacy. Maybe they're too much. They're focused on the advocacy and the influence that they're going to get for the new Miss Universe organization. And of course, Madam Chrissy Echon shared Celeste evening gown, beautiful details and expensive, but the fitting not good to her. And look at the cut; it looks like rush. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, the gown was last minute. Obviously, Oliver Tolentino, panakit butas again, pero did not work. And of yeah, I agree. And of course, do it the G way. Hey, mega love shout out to you. Ayun na nga. So I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm kind of hoping that she can enter the top 16. But unfortunately, she's not there. You know what, guys? It's heartbreaking because from the previous years, especially it started way back 2010 when Venus Ra actually entered with a roar or bang in a Miss Universe stage. But unfortunately, she lost to Jimena Navarrete. But at least the streak was there. And then followed by Shamsi Supsup, and then followed by Janine Tugonon, Ariel Arida, and then MJ Lastimosa. And right after MJ Lastimosa, Pia Alonso Wurtzbach, Maxine Medina, followed by Catriona Gray, Rachel Peters, and then Catriona Gray, and then Gazini, and then Rabia, Beatriz. And now the streak is actually broken. Hi, Anja! Ayan. Dapat rehearsal pa lang at prelims, bigay na and tamad ni Celeste sa mga rehearsals. Yes, guys, no? The principle of Miss Universe Philippines is actually obsolete already. Shamsi Supsup and Jonas Gapud should should s- should formulate another strategy because the line "know when you peak" is not working anymore. Or maybe Miss Universe Philippines should appoint another director or another creative director. Do you agree? Because I do. Kasi ako mag-agree ako. If they wanted to change the director, Jonas Gaffood and, Shamsi Supsup, go ahead. Because ang dami na dumaan. Rabia, we are disappointed about Rabia's gown. The preliminary gown of Rabia, it's like, you're going to attend a wedding, something like that. And the next one, Gazini, you know, the record of Miss Universe Philippines, starting they own the franchise, it's not good at all. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. We need a new creative director. That's why it's quite disappointing and heartbreaking that Celeste Cortesi of the Philippines did not actually make it to the top 16. But when it comes to her, when it comes to her performance, undeniably, she owned the stage and she really, really enjoyed the moment and great job to Celeste Cortesi. And but unfortunately, those judges, um, they don't see the spark or They don't see what they're looking for. Siguro, mm, parang, okay, she's very good. Miss Philippines is actually very good, but the judges, judging is actually subjective. If they don't like you, even though you're performing very well, they don't like you at all. If they do love you or they like you, even though you're not performing that well, they're going to love you and you're going to be in the top 60. That's my that's my intuition. But who knows what happened to the closed door interview? Who knows what happened to the closed door interview? And of course, congratulations to Celeste Cortesi and the rest of the girls who did not actually make it, but at least represented their country very, very well. So that's the most important thing. At least they enjoyed the pageant and look for the best. Maybe they can actually join another pageant. Like they can rejoin for Miss World, they can rejoin for Miss Earth or Miss Grand International or Supranational. There's a lot of beauty pageants that they can actually join, not just Miss Universe. But unfortunately, Miss Universe did not see what we're seeing about these candidates. And of course, lastly, this is a major disappointment for me. Let's talk about this girl. Yes, let's talk about this girl. This is Anna of Thailand, actually. I'm shocked that she's not in the top 16. Yeah. Do you agree with me? I'm shocked. I'm stunned. I'm stoked. Actually, one of my favorite is actually Miss Spain. Miss Spain is a Filipina, actually a half Filipina. She can speak in Tagalog very well. And I love Miss USA because she's half Filipina, residing in Texas. And then Miss Philippines. And then I love Miss Thailand. Why I do love Miss Thailand? Because she looks like Catriona Gray. I don't know. Maybe in my eyes. Just take a look, guys. Do you agree? She resembles Catriona Gray. I'm kind of expecting that Thailand will enter top 16 because she's during the pre-arrival, she's topping or one of the top 5 in the predictions. Pre-arrival the predictions. She's very fierce. She's fierce and she's very competitive. And at the same time, we know the process or we know um, the changes in Miss Universe Thailand organization on how they pick their representative, right? Parang dumaan po kasi siya sa butas ng karayom, mga kaibigan. The process of get the process of selecting Miss Universe Thailand is actually strenuous. It's like as if you're watching a Miss Venezuela pageant because um, they have this kind of water runway challenge. They have different challenges for their girls. And this woman, Anna, is actually a well-rounded beauty queen. She's fierce, she's beautiful, she has a backstory, she has this strong advocacy of hers, and at the same time, she is actually well versed. So she can communicate with in other either Thai or English very very well, and I'm very confident that she can actually answer hard question during the closed door interview because I've seen a lot of interview of Miss Thailand. She's a very very eloquent and then a very genuine when answering question. And that's why I'm very very disappointed why at least Thailand make it to the top 16. I'm very disappointed and I'm shocked because you know what, guys? Um, if we're going to compare Miss Thailand to those 83 or 84 candidates who wore different gowns, the gown, yes, the gown of Miss Thailand is actually very unique, but it has a backstory. Why? This gown is actually made of tin cans, right? And this tin can gown is actually her statement to honor her mother and father because she came from a family of garbage collectors. So in Tagalog mga kaibigan, mga ano sila, namamasura, garbage collectors, and that gown is actually unique, and it represents something. It's You know what, guys, if I'm going to give a score for Miss Thailand during the evening gown competition, I'm going to give her perfect score because it's not just the elegance of the dress. It's not just how she carried the dress. Plus, the dress has its own story. Do you agree? Yeah. Diba? Red Rosal, Megalove shout out. Anna is a complete package. She has given special award. For me, she need to be in the top five as yeah, top five at least. Or even for me, at least last two standing. Because Anna can speak very well. And I just don't understand what happened, why she's not included in the top 16. Miss Merly Alcala, Megalove shout out. And of course, Gladys Salisi channel shared, Thailand is very pretty and gorgeous. And of course, Red Rosal shared, yes, Thailand is actually really, really gorgeous. Yes, she is really gorgeous, guys. And the most important thing here in the new organization of Miss Universe, you do have your backstory. Backstory to inspire other people, diba? A story to share with other people, to inspire other people or young girls, 'di ba? That's why isa sa ano, bukod kay Celeste, 'di ba? Bukod kay Celeste Cortesi, um, Miss Thailand should be there, and I'm very, very disappointed about what happened. Yan. And of course, Krishna Rampersad shared, the team went with the wrong strategy. Yes, maybe the team went for a different strategy. But you know what happened to Thailand? Miss Thailand should be there because as you can see her preliminary rounds like swimsuit and then especially the evening gown guys, you know, she should enter at least top 5 for that. That's why I'm quite disappointed and I'm quite shocked. But even though we are some of us were disappointed, um, you know, we are disappointed because Miss Philippines not there, Miss Thailand is not there, Miss Indonesia is not there, Miss Mexico is not there, Miss Vietnam is not there. Even though we're disappointed, but overall, guys, great top 16. But I still have doubts in some girls in that final list. For example, guys, I have my eyes in Miss Canada. Miss Canada, uh, we don't have any idea about the closed door interview. That's given. But during the preliminary competition, Miss Canada almost tripped during the evening gown competition. And you know what, guys? If you're going to trip during the live shows or the competition, there's an effect in your scores. But we didn't see that effect in Miss Canada. Oo, 'di ba? Ayan. And Mika Shimazu, watching all the way, Kambawa, watching all the way from Japan. And of course, Madam Chrissy Echon, Direct Tiger, may we know your top 5 choice? Actually, my top 5, I'm rooting for Miss Philippines, Miss Thailand, Miss USA, Miss Venezuela, and Miss Curacao. That's my 5. And then the other, my top 10 is actually, it includes Indonesia, It includes Vietnam, it includes Mexico, of course. Those girls are very strong and front runners, and I can't believe that they didn't manage to go through to the next round. But you know what, guys? Um, maybe like what I said earlier, maybe the organization is actually looking for a different type of persona. 'Di ba? Puwedeng gano'n. And Miss Josie Clemente, mega love shoutout. Ayan, Miss Canada, Miss Lao, Miss Haiti, Miss Portugal, Miss Peru, made it wide. You know, maybe they aced. Maybe they aced their closed door interview. But my eyes are on Miss Canada because I saw what happened to Miss Canada during the preliminary round. She almost tripped in her evening gown. And I'm I'm stoked. She was cold. She was cold in the top 16. But you know what, guys? We can't invalidate the judges' opinion or judges. That's why they're judges. They do decide. But I hope that they do consider um, the swimsuit round and then the evening round, not just the Q&A portion. Because basing on their performance, for example, Miss Canada, I'm sorry, Miss Canada, but you're not in my list because during the performance during the swimsuit and evening gown competition, you know, Miss Canada is actually losing. Miss Canada is losing. That's my take on that. Miss Canada is actually losing the battle in swimsuit and then evening gown. Maybe Canada scored 100% in her Q&A, but I doubt it. I doubt that someone can get at least 100 from the different judges. And teacher Arlene Vlogs, mega love shout out to you. Sally Thompson, oh my, I was really surprised. Miss Philippines did not make it to the top 16. Yes. And of course, Miss Thailand. Miss Thailand and Miss Philippines, Miss Vietnam, I'm shocked. They're not included because they're really, really gorgeous and their personality is actually um, what I can see. If ever that a Miss USA is not it's not so eloquent and gorgeous, you know, maybe Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam can take the crown or Venezuela. Something like Curacao. Curacao is actually something like a dark horse. I never saw it coming. Closed door interview, most probably, nagbalay lang si Miss Canada kung hindi natupad siya. You know, because I'm sorry to Miss Canada, but you know, I don't think your performance during the swimsuit and then the evening gown can actually match other girls. Miss Johaina Juhairi Megalab shoutout. And let's talk about this one. So yeah, these five ladies that we reviewed, actually, for me, this is my sentiment after watching the Miss Universe 2022. These five girls or gorgeous ladies actually deserves a spot in the top 16. Yeah, they do deserve it because they showed tenacity during the pageant itself, from the beginning of the pageant until the end of the pageant. And you know what, guys? I saw a lot of interviews of Miss Thailand and Miss Philippines, and some of the videos of Miss Thailand and Miss Philippines. They're crying. Yeah, they're crying. I saw them crying sa mga videos, guys. Miss Canada, please. But you know the story. But um, it's heartbreaking to see Miss Thailand. She almost got, got- she got this like an ambush interview, and then during or in the middle of the interview, she can't actually stop crying. She's about to cry. I mean, she's about to cry. And then I saw a video of Miss Philippines crying outside the venue with her mother and then her boyfriend. So it's heartbreaking because these girls really really do took their time, effort to perform very well. But you know what, guys? At the end of the day, this is a beauty contest, and one should win. Only one girl is actually declared Miss Universe, not five, not 10 girls. So we have to accept the fact that the new organization is actually looking for a new diverse girl. That's why I believe that Miss USA, our Bonnie Gabriel, actually represented her self and her country very, very well. And of course, if you can actually review her final question, guys, she's really, really good. Ayan. And of course, Miss Juicy Clemente, Madam Alice ka ba ng Pilipinas? Napanood ko kasi. Yeah, maybe. Ayan. And of course, Fair actually shared, this may be boring from Asian, always Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam. But I think Cambodia more better than Laos this year. Yes, I do agree. Yun, Cambodia, yeah. One of the yeah, I love the evening gown of Cambodia. Very regal. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah. Yeah, you have a point. Maybe they're looking for something new. Maybe they got bored about Miss Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam every year. That's why they're looking for another girl. But I think Cambodia is more better. Yeah. Cambodia is actually regal, especially her gown, her pasarela. Yeah. When I see Miss Canada looks so funny, yeah, I agree. I agree. Because during the top 16, I'm running down my list and I'm looking for, oh my god, Canada. Oh, I'm changing my list. Canada won. Canada entered. And then I recall that during the preliminary competition, Canada actually almost stumbled. She tripped. Ayan. In fairness, ang ganda ni Laksmi Miss Indonesia. Puro pasabog from national costume to evening gown. Yes, actually, quite expecting from Miss Indonesia. She's one. These five girls actually um, broke my heart. This, you know what, guys? These five gorgeous girls actually broke my heart when they did not actually enter the top 16. I was heartbroken. Yeah. But we have a great yes, I agree with Madam Christie. We have a great queen, our Bonnie Gabriel. And congratulations to you, Miss USA. But of course, I was hoping that next year we can see Miss Thailand, Miss Philippines, Miss Vietnam, Miss Mexico, and Miss Indonesia, and of course Miss Cambodia to go head to head this coming Miss Universe 2023 in El Salvador, if I'm not mistaken. No, the pageant will be in El Salvador, and I know that the pageant fans will be very very busy, looking for another representative or the new representative. I'll be watching different types of me and Madam Chrissy. Ayan. Madam Chris and I will watch different types of pageants like Miss Earth, Grand International, and Miss World and Universe. And of course, we're going to have reviews also to the different national pageant like Miss Thailand, Miss Vietnam, Miss Cambodia, Miss Canada. I'm going to watch Miss Canada next year. Yeah. Miss USA. And please support Madam Chrissy, Echon's channel, and we're going to have at least, we're going to have beauty pageant lives here, and a live review and a vlogs, of course. And then, of course, what else? To the management of Miss Universe Philippines, I hope that you can consider other gown makers or other stylists like Rian Fernandez, like Val Taguba, or if they can actually came up with a new solution or a new formula or strategy for our girls might as well give up the franchise of Miss Universe Philippines and give it back to Madam Stella Araneta for me. And of course, after that, after the fiasco, you know what, guys? After those disappointments regarding the placements of our bets or our beauty pageant sisters or queens that we wanted to be there, you know what, guys? Yeah, it's so nice, Madam Chrissy. Maybe it's we're going to have a tradition that both of us can actually review Miss Earth. 'Di ba? Miss Earth, let's do it, ha? Thank you so much. Ako na nag-ano, parehas tayo, mag-ano tayo, mag-review tayo. And a Miss Miracle Lover of Team Kalahi, mega love shoutout po. So guys, after this Miss Universe 2022, guys, most of the netizens around the world is actually suggesting why not bring back the old Miss Universe format, which is every start of the show, they can actually flash the scores of the candidate on their preliminary performance, like swimsuit and then evening gown, and then their interview. At least um, during the finals night, they do have the idea how these candidates actually perform during the Q&A. Because you know what, guys, during Trump times, during what you call this, during IMG times, preliminary scores are not displayed or not shown to the public, and most of the Miss Universe fanatics is actually waiting for this one. Yes, as you can see, guys, during the 90s, yeah, during the 90s, they do have this kind of effect, or they do have this kind of segment that um, those girls is actually introducing themselves, and then the viewers at home and in the stadium can see the preliminary score, like evening gown, swimsuit, and then interview. At least, at least they have the idea. At least they do have the idea how their candidate perform. So and then and during the live show, they do have this kind of scoring. For example, evening gown competition. Right after the girl appeared on stage, after her performance during evening gown or swimsuit, you can see the scores and the final tabulation. Yeah, actually, um, pageant fans are requesting for that. Mm. Pageant fans are requesting for that, and you know what, guys? I think it's going to be more efficient if we're going to see the scores. Who wants to see the scores? Because we don't want that feeling that oh my god, she's maybe she did not perform in Q&A. Maybe some judges scored her zero during the Q&A. For me, it's a good thing if ever that they're going to recreate this kind of scoring. They're going to show the public the real score and who's leading. Because I saw someone like during the time of 1999 Miss Universe, Miriam Timbao, they do have that kind of scoring, right? Yeah, wonderful suggestion to show scores. That's correct. So for me, guys, enough of our review, but you know what? Congratulations to all the winners, especially Miss USA, Miss Venezuela, Miss Dominican Republic, and those girls who entered the top 16. And of course, let's congratulate and still still support our girls who did not actually make it. Support them and then give them hug and love because they work really, really hard just to represent our country. And of course, guys, maybe it's about time for the fans. Before I end this live stream, guys, maybe it's about time for the fans to unite, especially the fans here in Southeast Asia, especially this Thailander fans and Indonesian fans, Cambodian fans, Myanmar fans, Vietnamese fans, Filipino fans. It's about time to support one another, not bash one another. Maybe the new Miss Universe organization is actually taking an account. They're actually watching our social media behavior. And a Miss Universe is actually an advocate of cyberbullying. Maybe that's why it hurt our chances. Because to be honest, we can see a lot of bashing on different candidates. Maybe it's about time to unite and support one another here in our region. And of course, the other girls, not just pageant fans or girls within our Asian region, but also the other girls, especially Latina. We don't bash. Stop the hate, of course. Stop the bashing. Let's work in together for the next Miss Universe. And I know if the Miss Universe will observe that, oh my God, they're tame. They're not aggressive anymore. There's no bully in our comment section or anything like that, or such as. At least maybe they can actually recognize that and at least give us a chance to prove ourselves that we are pro Miss Universe and pro girls. Yeah. Yes, of course, that's true. Miss Sally Thompson shared this beauty pageant is supposed to be for world unification. That's true. You know what happened to Miss Russia during the preliminaries? It's actually disgusting. 'Di ba? Napanood niyo 'yun? Ah, Miss Russia is actually booed during the introduction, during the preliminaries, and it's disgusting. It shouldn't be like that. Miss Russia, the representative of Miss Russia is not actually their government. So please stop booing Miss Russia. And you know what? Um, during I think it's 2008, 2008 Miss Universe, when Miss USA stumbled in Mexico, she was booed. We should be a very responsible pageant fan. All we need to do is actually support the candidates and the girls and their advocacies, of course. These girls actually had beautiful advocacies of their own, and we should support that. Uh, Miss Jade Mendoza, mega love shout out. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is my post review. Yes, this is my post review for Miss Universe 2022, and I know we're going to have another reviews to one of our national pageants. I think there is another pageant coming, guys. If you're a pageant enthusiast, guys, please do subscribe my channel here, and of course, Madam Chrissy Etchon. And we're going to give you updates. We're going to give you reviews about what's happening inside the kingdom of pageantry. And of course, guys, I do have my live stream regarding Philippine showbiz. And of course, I'm discussing all about Philippine showbiz at the same time, superstar Nora Honor. And of course, have a great evening, everyone. And we do hope that on the next pageants, we're going to have a different results and our bets will will become the winner of that particular pageant. Thank you so much, everyone, pageant fanatics, and of course, Becky's of pageantry. Thank you so much, Tita Lavinia. Thank you so much, Madam Chrissy Etchon, and sa lahat po ng Noranians. Maraming maraming salamat to all of my Thailander friends. Thank you so much, and of course, Indonesian friends, Vietnamese friends, and of course, my Mexican friends, and of course, sa lahat po ng mga Pilipinong nanood ngayong araw na ito. Magkita-kita po ulit tayo. Let's see you tomorrow evening for our regular showbiz live stream. Maraming salamat po. Have a great evening, everyone. Ayan. And of course, be gorgeous and of course, pray always. Bye, everyone. Good night, universe. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ba't tayo mag-end? Thank you, universe. Mwah! This live stream is brought to you by Roar Media Productions, Tiger Portugal Charities, Team Unity and Family, Team Arya, Team Tipaklong. Special thanks to all Noranians, Super Movie fans, Nora Honor Ambassadors, NFF, Noranians Worldwide, Ian De Leon and Friends. Maraming salamat sa inyong walang sawang suporta at pagmamahal. Magkita-kita po ulit tayo sa susunod na live stream. I love you all!